Sleigh bells jingling, my balls dingling, I've got dingleberries.
This is how we're introducing the episode. I thought we were introducing each other.
Nope. I guess not.
Oh,
Merry LEAKMAS, everybody.
Merry LEAKMAS, everyone.
I'm an elf.
I am Santa's favorite reindeer.
You don't have a red nose. Actually, he wasn't his favorite. He was his most pitied.
Yeah, no. He was the Nepo baby of the reindeers. He was, though, because his dad was fucking Blitzen or something. Or
What?
Vixen or something.
Rizzler?
Santa's favorite reindeer, Rizzler. That's so good.
That was announced as word of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Rizzler or just
Well,
Riz?
Webster's dictionary define words. They came out and said that their most popular word, or like the word of the year, was authentic. And I think that that's used in both ways, as in like, oh, you're so authentic. And peace and love. Authenticism.
Authenticism.
But the internet's word of the year is Riz.
Yes. I love the Rizzler.
What do you think about it, Elf? Burn the non-believers.
Well, welcome back to another episode of the Brain Leak Podcast. We don't really know what day this is going up, but it's the holiday season.
Yeah, we just did Thankmas, so it's like we're in holiday cheer. We have a holiday set. If you don't celebrate Christmas, sorry.
Yeah, well,
Just make up a holiday. For
this
one.
isn't Christmas. It's LEAKMAS. They're really similar.
You're a reindeer. I'm an elf, and there's Christmas trees behind us.
Yeah, but they're LEAKMAS trees this year, aren't they? Merry LEAKMAS, everybody.
Oh, there's just like drippy tinsel all over it. What would a LEAKMAS tree look like?
Ooh.
It's just a big dick.
Oh, LEAKMAS tree, oh, LEAKMAS tree, how leaky is your asshole? Oh, LEAKMAS
Very, if it's me. That's my thing.
Well, we hope that everybody's having a wonderful holiday season. I hope you're all cozy, whether
I don't.
you're
I hope
north
that
or
you're
south
miserable
of the
and
equator.
alone, and no one loves you.
Well, I'm going to go to the opposite side of that, and I'm going to say I hope that you're having a good day.
Never mind the holidays. Just have one good day for yourself.
If this is LEAKMAS, you know, I feel like the mascot of Christmas is Santa. What would the Brain Leak version
LEAKMAS
of
mascot? Oh, it's
what
gonna
would-
be like this is like the South Park turd versus douche. It's just gonna be a big cock or a pair of cheeks or like a leaky tap.
What could it be?
I mean, we have a brain logo.
Yeah, but that's
We really
not,
lean into the leak part of our name, but not the brain part of our name.
no.
That's absolutely missing. From
Yeah,
us.
it's missing from both of us.
But look, we've got so much snow here. It's so cheery. It's so happy. It's so festive.
It's getting hot in here really quick.
Yeah. I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Get out of here, elephant.
Go. Get the fuck out of here.
Not that we need to talk about Thankmas too much, but something happened at Thankmas that I think the leakers will be very happy with.
Oh, yes.
It's your trauma. Do you want to unfold it?
Hey guys,
We're in a very similar position to when it happened.
we are actually. If I'm honest, you were like, there was an event that happened at Thankmas, and I was like, what? There was?
You blanked it from your
happened?
memory already?
I licked your toe.
You sure did.
Felt the callus. And if you think about it right now, thinking about licking Sean's toe, you know what they look like.
You know what it feels like to lick my toe.
Know what it feels like.
Were you waiting for that before you did it? You were like, I kind of know what this is going to be like.
Yeah, it wasn't as scary once you got those suckers out. I was like, I know exactly what this is.
What flavor am I?
Ooh, well, a little bit of stage flavor, a little bit of sweat,
Stage soup.
a little bit of sweat, a little
Hold
bit of
on.
stage.
My Christmas cheer is falling.
Oh, your Christmas cheer, your Thankmas, your LEAKMAS cheer. There's so many different holidays. Yeah, it was a little sweaty, little stagey, little cheery from Thankmas.
I thought it was going to be delightful. I thought
It was
I was
exactly
I
what
thought
I
I was cherry flavored.
was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
I was supposed to lick Ethan's toes as well. That was what the card was. When
Was
we
it
talked
to
about
lick
it,
each
we were going to
other's?
say we would kiss each other's toe.
Oh, yes.
And then because
right.
we raised so much money, we were like, let's lick each other's toes. And then we start running out of time real quick. And somebody was in my ear being like, you have 2 minutes.
Damn.
Wrap this up. And I was like, wrap this up with your tongue.
With your little tongue. Hopefully, all of you listening out there tuned in to Thankmas. It was a wonderful event. It was very, very fun. First time
was.
doing it live. How'd it feel?
Very good. I was very happy you were there.
It was fun to be there.
Ethan was my thank bitch.
The thank bitch, baby.
Which a lot of people have taken that moniker and just like ran with it on Twitter now.
Yeah.
They're like, I love thank bitch.
I
They
like
love the slut of Thankmas.
the thank bitch, the slut of Thankmas.
Slutmas.
It was very fun. It was really, really fun being on stage.
Yeah.
And it was nice in both ways for me, where one, I could just come out and have fun on stage with you, but two, I didn't have to run the whole thing. So I could just go like, all right, I'm going to leave for a minute.
That really is the best case scenario. Mm-hmm. It's like if somebody else is doing something, you just get to come in and like make funnies and then put out all your energy. And it's like, I get to go take a rest.
Yeah, I'm going to go
and then
pee
come
now.
back. And I was there like, what do I have to do next?
Did you go pee ever?
No. I did during the break.
Oh, yeah. That's when, I don't know about you, but there was, I don't know how long we had, maybe like 30 minutes of a break.
Yeah, I had 30 minutes and then I did like 40, 50 of a thing. And then it was like another 20 minutes.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, there were two shows in the theater. The stream was going all day, but there was the first show and then however long you just said.
It was like a 2-hour break.
And then second show. But we had like, yeah, probably like 30 minutes of an actual break.
Yeah.
And I was like energized coming off stage and I was like, I feel so good. And then we sat down and that's when everything, all the adrenaline faded. And I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, and then they were like, you got to go drop in on other streams. And I was like, okay, here I come.
Okay. Snooze
Thank
Town.
you.
Snooze Town, USA.
No, because somebody asked me in the second show, I was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, tired.
A little.
And then somebody else was like, I was like, I flew in 2 days ago, guys. I'm tired. Somebody else was like, I flew in this morning. I'm like, you're sitting in the crowd. You're not doing anything.
you get
and
to
you
sit there.
flew from a different state,
Yeah.
not a different country.
Somebody did come all the way from Australia, though.
Yeah.
Which is pretty.
G'day.
Pretty
And they came to one
crazy.
show. And then what? Oh, we'll spend the rest of our time in LA. What are you going to do here as an Australian?
Nothing.
See the walks of life of downtown LA.
Should have been at both shows. We're shaming you here live now.
Yeah, but thank you for. I like that they came all the way from Australia for a show. We're like, but you didn't come to 2? Come on.
Come on now.
No, it was very sweet. Everyone was very kind and generous, and I'm very grateful for it. And it was very nice, and it was awesome. And
It's
I'm
great.
Very thankful for everybody.
At the end of the day, $6.1
$1
trillion.
We stopped world hunger.
Yep. No more.
Solved the crisis.
It six
Turns
point.
out it was just a YouTuber. That's all they needed.
Just a
The
straight.
reason it hadn't been solved before is because we didn't exist yet.
Just a straight white man. That's all you need. Solve your
Like
problems.
waiting for a time machine to be invented. It's like we can't go back further than that until it's invented. But when it is, Pandora's box.
Mm-hmm.
That's straight white YouTubers.
So 6.1 million and change at the end of the day,
Yeah,
which was incredible. And also, you passed a big old milestone
I did.
on the stream.
Ethan came out and gave me a very nice plaque from Tiltify that said, was it that I'm the first to raise $25 million on Tiltify? Or like our community?
Yeah,
Dang.
first person on Tiltify to raise over $25 million.
Damn. Wait, so what was... I don't know any of the numbers. Like, what was the thing that we surpassed?
25 million.
Yeah, but so does that mean somebody else had like 22, 23 million?
You did.
Oh. Well, why didn't I get a plaque every year then for constantly beating myself?
Yeah, because before this Thankmas, the grand total was 22 million, right?
Yeah.
Total raised.
Yeah, so now we're up to like 26, 27 million almost.
Yeah, they told me, Michael from Tiltify told me that they're starting to give out like plaques for
That's kind of cool.
Stuff.
That's why I
Yeah.
do it.
the plaque.
Yeah. I was like, if they don't give me something this year, I'm not doing it again.
I'm not doing this again.
So
They really saved their
they
ass.
they better make a board and my name's at the top.
Every year.
It's the only reason we do charity work.
It looked pretty cool other than the typo.
Yeah, it's $25 million razzied on Tiltify. And then you came out, I wouldn't have noticed, and you came out, I was like, oh, well done. There's a typo, they're changing it.
Yeah, they'll get you a new one.
Don't worry about it.
Hey guys, Brain here. Ethan's not here because he's out looking for his last minute Christmas gifts. He wanted to find something that was able to trim up the hair on his body a bit better, and he's been looking all day for it and he couldn't find it. But that's silly because we already have the perfect thing from Manscaped right here. I mean, if you want to get Manscaped stuff, they've got the perfect one-stop shop for all your holiday needs. They've got the perfect gift, the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. You always hearing people say like, oh, we're doing something and it's 2.0 now. It's like 5.0, 6 times better than that. I have used this thing to cut hair on my body that none of you want to know about. And it's done it beautifully. I was going to kiss it, but I really don't think I should. This thing has been places. It's seen stuff. It's even got a little light on it. Can you hear it? Listen to it go. Listen. This could be you trimming your hair. Beautiful. Manscaped have also got other stuff. The Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and hair trimmer. I'm getting old. I have to cut nose and ear hairs now. I'm not even joking. That is something that I have to do. Every other week, I have to cut ear and nose hair. And the Manscaped one is doing me a solid by letting me cut everything without cutting myself. Manscaped have also got boxers. They've also got nail grooming kits. They've got it all, baby. What are you waiting for? Go out and get yours today. You can get 20% off and free shipping with code BRAINLEAK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com, and use the code BRAINLEAK. Here they're saying, say ho, ho, ho to a well-groomed mistletoe with Manscaped. I don't know what they mean by that. I think they mean like you're going to shave your toes.
Maybe you don't have to do this. You can do whatever you want. But maybe for future Thankmas, you could auction off the typo one.
That's
true.
true.
They're sending you a new one. That could be kind of cool.
It's cyclical. They did it on purpose. More money for charity.
More. What was your favorite part of Thankmas?
I think it was the moments that we had on stage.
It was very fun.
Because I think other people are like really good and we had a great time, and I really like the Ben Schwartz segment as well because I'm a huge fan of Ben, and
He's so nice.
he's so charismatic.
Ben Schwartz was on for a segment. He has
I love
done
him.
so much amazing stuff. Most recently, you would maybe know him
Thankmas.
for Thankmas. You might recognize him as Sonic from Sonic.
The fast food chain.
Yes.
He's their mascot now. Motherfucker loves a drink.
He's so nice though, because I came off side stage and he was there, but I couldn't see him because it was dark. And he like put his hand on my shoulder and he's like, "Hey man, I don't think we've met. I'm Ben." And I was like, "Oh, hi."
Stop it, man.
You're so nice.
He's one of those people that like, I think when we get up on stage, we have some charisma, we have positivity, we have fun. But he shows up then and it's like Jesus Christ is on stage.
He really knows.
He just
what he's
radiates energy, and he's so like he like ran out on stage, and everyone loved him, and then he was so good at like guiding the segment.
It was so good because I didn't know that he was gonna run out on stage because he was just standing there, and the stagehand was like, "Okay, you have 5 seconds," and then it'll captured on this wide. He was just standing there, and then when he ran out, he went. He did a little hop to jumpstart him.
Method.
It was awesome, but he was super nice. The segment, it seemed very, very funny. I couldn't hear anything from side stage, but it looked funny.
I was nervous for that one because it was like an improv segment, and I'm like, I'm doing improv with Ben Schwartz. It's like he's trained. I like say shit, and I think I'm decent at improv, but I don't know the actual like rules to it. So he was just really good at being like, and there was a person and a place and a thing, and I was
So
like,
good.
I know what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Aaron Hansen was telling me, because he used to go to a bunch of improv shows. He was telling me how back years ago,
Is it UCLA that does all the improv?
UCB.
Or UCB.
UCB, and then Groundlings is another big one. I don't know which one it was, but he was saying that for a lot of the shows, they would have Ben like on call basically if a show wasn't going well, and they'd be like, "All right, fly in the big guns," and then he would just save everything because he's so good at improv. So if it was a Rocky show, they'd just be like, "All right, Ben, we need you. Get here quick."
It's like flying Homelander in to like solve a crisis. Well, the opposite.
I need to solve comedy. He's so good though. He's such a sweet man.
Yeah.
He's got such a nice energy about him.
We also had Patton Oswalt on, who also was very sweet, had a good energy, and said really nice things, and said he would love to come back. So that was really
great.
nice. I have never met him before. Danny Trejo was on, super nice man. I was very nervous for that because I mean, it's Danny Trejo. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And that's the first time. Normally, I'm like, I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at questions. And then during that moment, I was like, I don't know what to talk about. And then there was a moment where I was like, and I hope you guys. And I was like, I don't know the end of this sentence. What am I saying? And then, like, my brain just took off on its own. And I was like, sorry, guys. Hard reset here for a second.
The whole show flowed real well though. I think that it had a really good pace to it. There was only one thing in the very beginning. There was a little bit of tech issues, so the stream had to be.
There was a lot of bit of
restarted.
tech issues I found out. They were like, you need to come off stage. And I was like, oh, okay, we need to restart the stream. And I was like, what could have happened that needed to restart the stream? Turns out it just didn't work.
Nope.
It was running at like 4 FPS. And people at home are like, why is Thankmas tweeting about like katana? It's like, what is happening? It's just frozen on some dude in the audience. And I didn't know any of that. And I'm so fucking glad I didn't, because you were like, don't tell him.
Yeah, I was side stage once it happened, and they were like, "Oh, we need to restart the stream." And I just went around to everybody, and I was like, "If Sean comes side stage, do not tell him. Like, there's nothing that you can do until
I could have freaked out.
until there is something."
Could have shit
for you."
myself.
Yeah,
Could have got upset.
I was like, "There's nothing he can do. Do not say anything. As far as he knows, it's fine."
Yeah, I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for you.
Oh, I'm thankful for you.
It was so nice having you on stage.
So you're thankful for the thank bitch. I'm thankful for the
Thank master.
the thank master.
The thank master of ceremonies. That's what Thankmas is short for. Thank master.
Thank master.
I have a hard time talking about it because I don't want to like take over the whole podcast and talk about myself and the event and things, but I'm very thankful for everybody that was involved.
But one, it just happened. Two, it's about the holiday season. The holiday season's about giving, you know?
Yeah, but I said my bits on the stream, and I don't want to like monopolize this one to talk about the event that I put on, and I just have a hard time talking about myself in general. But I also don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful that I'm not talking about it, because I actually don't care. I do care a lot, very much, but I feel like I got my feelings out in the moment, and I thanked everybody backstage, and I don't need to perform for you monkeys, you know?
Yeah.
You apes at home. There was a lot of apes in the audience.
Yeah.
They kept...
Oh yeah, that's right.
They went like full Planet of the Apes. At one point. It was unprompted. Suddenly they were all just like, oh. And then as it progressed towards the end of the show, it started going like, and then there was like, people just started running with it. And like one side of the audience started like doing this and like scratching their heads.
It's so funny.
That's what we're known for now, is fucking Planet of the Apes.
It's so good. It was awesome though. And I feel very honored that you wanted me to be a part of it in any way.
I don't think it would have worked with, you were basically like co-host. You were on stage basically as much as I was. It was just as much your show as it was mine for the most part. I just get all the credit, and people say I raised all the money and you gave me a plaque. So
Yeah. Well,
I am
used
the
to
thank
that.
master.
Listen, guys, I'm used to it. Don't worry about me.
I'm used to being an and friend.
I love being an and friend. It was a great event, though. It was
No,
very, very
I'm
fun.
very happy with the way it went, considering what went into it and where we were like a couple of months ago, and versus how quick it all came together and all the stuff that was being told. We did the run of show, and I was like, I won't remember any of this. I did feel bad when it came to like the last event. It was the relay, and there was like 8 people on stage, and I was like, it's 5 races. I forget all of it. And then they're like, the next segment's coming up. It's the thing, and I'm like, I know what guess we have left. And I was like, I look off the side stage just to remember who it is, and I looked off, and I was like, it's pitch black. And I was like,
Is that why you were like, everyone just come out on stage?
yep. Because I was like, I know it's the Smosh people, and I was like, I think it's Jake, Eddie, Chad, and Jarvis. And I was like, but I would be very upset if I forgot one person.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and I don't really want to like lump all the Smosh crew in together. And I'm like, what if It's like, oh, these people are going to show up, but somebody couldn't make it, so we replaced them with someone else, and then it was like a last minute thing. So I was like, just come out on stage, and that also is just fun because then everyone goes nuts, and it's like, I know them. Otherwise, there's 8 people, and you have to be like, Anthony, Ian,
Yeah, I think it was good having everybody come out.
Yeah.
At once.
But I felt bad because I couldn't remember what the races were. And then we went over that section very quick in the run of show. And then I was like, oh, wait, they're all happening at the same time.
Yeah, it was a relay race.
And I was like, right, yeah, that makes sense. And then I was like, they were started. I was like, okay, go. And I was like, no one filled the eggnog cups at the side. And I went over and I filled them on. And I was like, we ran out of eggnog. And then Courtney went over and grabbed another one. And I started filling. And just when I finished the last one and ran away, they just finished the other segment and came over. I was like, THANKMAS is saved.
The chaos is good. The
Yeah.
chaos is very, very good.
I hope the people who came to watch it in person enjoyed it because it's one of those things that I think THANKMAS works best when you're just reading donations in terms of how much money you raise. And you've done charity streams before. It's like people want to hear their name read out. They want to hear their message. And if you're doing it, it's like telling people to subscribe or talking about subscribing. It's like in their head. So if you're talking about donating, then people will donate more. So technically, if you want to get the most amount of money for a charity, just talking about donations and reading them out for the whole thing is kind of how you raise the most.
Yeah.
But for something like this, it's like, well, I want to have fun and like give people in the audience something to watch and things like that. But it's always like, how do we keep like incentivizing donations? Like whenever we play games on charity streams, it's like donations just stop dead.
I wonder if next year you could do a thing where you commission somebody to make a puppet of you that sits in a chair, and then you just have TTS read off donations.
Oh my God.
So
it has,
then
like,
you
an
do
animatronic mouth.
you do the normal THANKMAS show, and then it's like, all right, guys, we're gonna throw it over to Puppet Sean to read off some donations.
We should totally.
And then
get
it's just a 24-hour stream of just the puppet sitting there with TTS going.
Yeah, I'm sure that wouldn't go bad.
Oh.
For THANKMAS, Sean says every
Oh,
racial slur under the sun. I'm sure we could. That is a fun idea though, because we are trying to think about how to like make it bigger and make it go on longer and turn it into like maybe a 3-day event or a week-long event. And people like Stumped Gaming have taken it and done, which I'm very thankful for them as well. They were also there. They're doing like the 12 days of THANKMAS.
Yeah.
And I think like Jingle Jam, the Ogscast do that kind of stuff as well. So I'm like, there is more room to grow it. It's just, how do we do it where I don't have to be on stage 24/7 for 3 days?
Yeah.
But yeah, all good stuff. All stuff to learn from. Any of you who were there, I would love feedback on what was awkward and didn't work and what was really fun to watch and what wasn't fun to watch and how you think it could be changed. Because, I don't know, it's weird to do it. We did like the same kind of format, but with people. So it's weird to be like, go down in the description. And like, I've never done a stage show where you're live streaming it at the same time. So it was really weird to kind of like talk to the people at home, but the people in the crowd at the same time. But I think I'm just being neurotic about it. And
Yeah, catering to 2 different kinds of people at the same time is like a little weird, because there was a couple of points where like you went off stage and I was just on stage for even a few minutes, and I was like, okay, everybody at home, and everybody here
yeah,
also.
it's like, you don't want to talk to everyone here all the time because then you're neglecting the people at home, and you don't want to do the opposite either. But I'd like to think that we made the tickets cheap enough that people were just having a good time. They kind of knew what they were getting in for, and it's kind of nice to just see how it works. And I think that chaos and things going wrong is kind of why you go to live shows. If everything's flawless and perfect, it's kind of boring. There's no like personality in it then.
Yeah, it felt really good. There was a really good flow. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of good, like solid, meaningful moments. There was a lot of informational moments, because that's something that is, I think, hard to balance out on a stream like that, where even though sometimes it like can kind of bring the mood down, like having those video packages come in and being like, okay, this is where your money is going to. And like, it's inherently sad. But I think it's important to have those, because then it's like, okay, this is what like is being done.
It's like one of those sad stray kitten videos. where
Yeah.
it's sad in the beginning, but we get to see them progress.
Exactly.
And evolve and grow, and now they're happy, and they don't have mange anymore. And
Next year, celebrity guest Sarah McLachlan come on the stream and sing Arms of an Angel and do a little speech about whatever charity Thankmas is raising for.
I don't know who Sarah McLachlan is.
You don't know Sarah McLachlan?
She has the same name as me. And
That's those commercials.
really?
It's in the arms of the angel, and it's
Why
Sarah
doesn't
McLachlan.
anyone adopt him?
I know. And she's like, every year, thousands of animals are crying out for help. It's like the classic thing. Yeah, Sarah McLachlan. You guys have the
Do you
same
think
last
she does
name.
that? She goes to like Starbucks and she's like, "That'll be $7.50, Sarah." In the arms.
Man.
Every year I have to pay for coffee. And they're like, "Just take it, Sarah. Just take it. We don't care."
No, what would be so cool is if I wonder, would you be able to look up Sarah McLachlan? Did they have the same spelling of the last name? Maybe she's
I bet it's Lachlan
maybe it's a long lost relative.
or Laughlin. You guys just don't know how to pronounce names. So you're like, close enough. Now it's ours. What a fucking loser.
Hey, but what if she wants to come on next year? Great.
She can still
person.
come on and be a loser. It's okay to take criticism, Sarah, from a real McLaughlin.
Speaking of,
Even though no one else knows how to spell my name when I say it.
speaking of not being able to spell your name,
Oh, man.
unless you don't want to talk about this.
My comic came out today, and it's awesome, and it's great. And it says, like, created by Sean Jacksepticeye McLaughlin. Everything's spelled great. And it's like Sophie Jackson, like everybody's on it, and Susie Blake. And then it's like in the like tiny little writing, it says Sean McLaughlin. I'm like, you spelled it right up here. How did you get it wrong down here? A Google search, people. I'm everywhere.
Also, you're not proofreading this before it goes out. You didn't notice?
Come on. I know. It's more embarrassing for us than it is for anything else. it's one of those things where it's like, we did so well. I'm so proud of this thing. And then that happens and people at home are like, so you didn't fucking read it? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I'm not reading the like terms and conditions on the back of the comic book. Look, everything else is good. The people who needed the credit the most got their name spelled right. I feel like it's fine if my name is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
People who are buying the comic know who I am. My lawyers will be contacting people. We will shut this country down. So the digital version will get switched, but the first batch of physicals will have a mistake in it. But that's eBay.
You know, people might like it more.
I kind of like that stuff. That's like Free Guy. My username is spelled wrong in the URL in that movie. I don't know what it says. It's like Skeptic Eye or Septiceye or something like that. Like something in the septic is spelled wrong, I think. And you won't notice it unless you're actually looking for it. So now you can all go home and find your comics and point out the mistake and make us all like on Twitter when you make a spelling mistake.
When
And edit a physical comic.
when I was on tour, people really loved getting the defective posters. Like there would be like posters where they would have
Like a
them like
double print.
off. Yeah, like off in the side where like something's fucked up, but I still signed it because I signed all of them. And people would be like, "Can I have that one?"
Yeah.
Because it's different.
It's
so
different. It's got personality.
yeah, people will be like, "I have the first." That's how you know you can sort out
In 20 years, when a first edition comic is worth $1 million,
That's how you know it's a real one because it's like, oh, that one over there. Oh, that's a first edition. Why is his name spelled right?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah. That would be so cool if you make a comic book and in like 20 years people are like, I have a first edition Jacksepticeye comic still in its packaging. I never thought about that. I'm like, I'm not Spider-Man. I'm not Iron Man. No one's going to care enough to do that. But you can keep your comic in mint condition. We also have a digital version so you can keep the comic physical in its packaging and then buy the digital one and still read it.
It's a great idea. It's a great thing for the holidays, for the holiday tree.
Yeah.
For the LEAKMAS
buy my
tree.
comic.
Well, it is the holidays. It is LEAKMAS.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you if you have a favorite, either a favorite or a memory from the holidays of old that really
do.
stands out in your mind.
I do. I meant to say it during Thankmas because I was asking everybody else, and I was like, "Why is no one asking me?" But my one Christmas that I remember the most was it was super windy in Ireland. I don't know how it was like 60, 70 mile an hour winds, and I think I was like 8 years old, so I weighed like 10 pounds. Hell yeah! I was like 4 kilos in weight, and I would we would go to mass every Christmas Eve on like midnight. And the wind was so bad that my family had to hold on to my arms, and I would like jump in the air, and I would like float backwards. And I was like, whoa, please don't let go of me.
The winds of Christmas.
And then when we went to church, the power went out because some galvanized came off like warehouse nearby and like hit the power lines. That's awesome. And it just went like, and then the power went out. And I was like, whoa, cool. Anyway, can I go home and open my gift? But it's like, because it's midnight mass, so everyone has like candles and stuff anyway. So it didn't stop the mass. It was just like, well, God's plan. And then Drake came on the radio.
Drake came out in a big priest suit.
But I think that that's such a like pungent memory to me that I think that sticks in my head. But then after that, we all went home and like my family all hunkered down. It was all cozy because the wind was outside and Santa was pissed.
Did you have any like traditions as far as Christmas goes? The holidays?
You're allowed open gifts from family after midnight mass on Christmas Eve, and then gifts from Santa are the next morning.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. So it was like, I got to open up lots of gifts. I was a very spoiled child. My parents gave me a lot of gifts when I was a kid, so I feel very lucky with that.
Same here. I feel very, very lucky. We had magical Christmases.
Okay, same question as you. Boing flip, I'm rubber, you're glue.
So,
Favorite memory?
favorite memory, I have two. One of them was just like, oh, this gift, a Nintendo Wii! There's one of those, and then the other one is just like,
Magic is real.
where my dad, because we had a big fireplace in the house that I grew up in, and so I can't remember how old I was. It was probably like between the ages of, well, I was under 10, because when I turned 11, I found out the harsh realities of the holidays, which
you have to pay taxes.
You have to pay taxes, and that the holidays are built on lies. Okay? Don't trust anybody. All right? They're all lying to you.
Yeah, and
okay?
all these other cultures that don't believe in Christmas and Santa and celebrate are like, yeah, we fucking know.
Yeah.
It's like some reason you thought the Easter Bunny was real as well. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what they say? Love is fake.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of this set is a graffiti wall. And in the corner it says, love is fake.
It is what it is, and don't stop. And then it says like, pain.
Dawson,
that what it says?
Will you whip to behind you where it says love is
Oh,
fake?
it says paint.
Up
top
in
right.
the top corner.
Love is fake. It's a pretty sick wall. But
Yeah,
it just
it's
didn't
pretty cool.
inspire Christmas cheer.
No.
But yes, continue. Did your dad dress up as Santa?
So, my dad did not dress up as Santa, no, but I came down the stairs Christmas morning, and there were footprints of soot stomping around the living room.
Was in your house?
No, I think it was just some dude that broke in, a squatter living in the Christmas tree. But yeah, there was all these soot footprints all around soot prints around the living room, and then it went back into the.
Were they like boots?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh. And then your dad's like, why did I do that? I have to fucking clean that up now.
And then it was always funny because we left out milk and cookies and carrots for the reindeer. And it's always funny because not everything would be eaten. It would be like a couple cookies. Yeah.
He did it.
But then I remember one year being like, the fucker doesn't appreciate what we left. Why doesn't he eat all of them? And my mom just being like, well, he's going to so many houses, you know? And I'm like, yeah, these fucking,
You
know.
could have boxed, like, you want to box with that?
Yeah, leave him
box him
a
up?
box.
To go box.
But my other favorite memory was the year the PlayStation 2 came out. That was the first console that I ever had.
Nintendo PS2.
The Nintendo PS2. So this was the only year we did it, and I think it was because of this. For some reason, we had our Christmas tree in the living room, and then we had one in the basement that year also for some reason. I don't know why. And so we open all the gifts, and it's like, oh, yay, Christmas, blah. And then we're all just sitting around, and my dad like went downstairs, and then he comes running back upstairs, and he's like, guys, there's one more gift from Santa in the second tree that we conveniently have this year for some reason. We went downstairs.
Basement Santa visited us.
And it was we ripped it open, and boy oh boy, it was a PlayStation 2. It's a PS2, and we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4.
Oh, that's so
and
tight.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, that's so fucking tight.
And then I witnessed a little bit later my parents get into an argument about it because my dad bought it and he did not consult my mother on
Christmas
that.
divorce miracle.
And so my mom was not super thrilled about that.
Oh, that's so cool. I saw a TikTok recently of like a kid opening a PS2 for Christmas or like their birthday or something. I'm like, that's so cool. Remember when happiness was real?
Yeah. And then 7 years
It wasn't all
later,
commercialized and homogenized, and you got like 2 games a year.
7 years later, when the PS3 came out, that same thing happened. But it was just my dad. There was one present left under the tree, and my dad goes, "Oh, there's one more gift," and he goes, "Oh, it's for me," and it was signed to Mark from Annie, Ethan, and Andrew. And he's like, "What is this, guys?" And he opens it up. He bought himself a PS3 and said that it was from the rest of the family. And my mom was very upset at that one too. And then years later, they got a divorce. It's wild.
That's the saddest thing.
It's so funny. It's so
The fact that he's like, guys, come downstairs. There's another gift for me. Like making it all about himself.
It's so funny. It's so
Oh, that's sad.
Why is
but
it
also
sad?
pretty tight.
good. Why is that sad?
Because he got a gift for himself and pretended it was from you.
So yeah, he knew what he wanted. You know, he's like,
Yeah,
well,
but
my
then just
kid-
buy yourself a gift to be. He's like, hey, come look at this. Come look at me open my gift.
so funny.
Is that the best gift you've ever gotten for Christmas?
The PS2.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the most memorable one for sure, because it was just so magical,
That is a pretty cool one.
and it was the first console that we ever had. Because other than that, I had a Game Boy, and so that was just like, whoa, we got like, quote unquote, real video games.
You're like the next generation of me. I went from Game Boy to PS1. And then I was like, it's like that image of like Toy Story where he like drops the toy in the bin. It's like me and the Game Boy. It's like, I don't
We
need
probably
you
went
anymore.
from the same Game Boy. I went from Game Boy Color.
No,
No?
I'm original gray
OG Game Boy.
monochrome brick boy. I didn't have an advance. I didn't have a color.
I
I
went.
didn't even know color TV existed.
I didn't know that color existed. Period.
I keep going though. I want to remind myself that I have a PS2 story that I can tell.
I can't think of any other gifts that like stick out in my memory. And then my mom is going to watch this and be like,
You didn't talk about this fucking sweater I bought you last year.
It's like,
that was
yeah.
your favorite gift.
Then listen to yourself, Annie. Listen to that thought and think, what would a kid like?
I don't. Man, I'm trying to.
The bigger the box, the more money you spend, the more the kid will like it. If it's a squishy gift, that shit sucks.
Every once in a while, my family would do the fake gift thing where
Like a box in a box.
Yeah, we would also. Did your family reuse boxes? Because we always had like the same boxes every year.
I wouldn't say they reuse boxes, but my oldest brother would do that thing where it's like, oh, a thing within a thing, and then it's like, rock.
Because there was
And
always
then he'd be like standing behind me and be like, oh no, better than a rock.
there was always a MacBook box, like one of the first MacBooks that came out. We would reuse that box every year, and so everyone would
So you
get
knew?
everyone would get excited for a split second when you open the box and just see the Apple logo, and then you'd be like, "Oh, wait, this is that box. Never mind."
Yeah. Isn't it weird that kids these days are just like unboxing phones and shit?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool for a gift for a kid, but I was going to say it doesn't feel unique, but neither is PS2.
Do kids get toys anymore?
Young kids.
Do children experience?
Older kids just get depressed.
Where are you going, Nicole? You're not gonna. No.
No,
can
go,
go.
no, go pee.
Leak or stay leaking.
Leak or stay leaking.
I think they get toys. I just don't think they're grateful anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the we weren't grateful either. My PS2 story is that I remember being on a holiday in Gran Canaria, which is I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. That's just the Irish way of saying it, like Ibiza instead of Ibiza.
Ibiza.
But we would go there for holidays, and then I remember I would always be like save up money, or my parents would give me like £100 back then to be like, now you can spend this however you want on holiday. And I went and got we went to a store that had like knockoff PS2 games, or like a store that I thought had like pirated games. We went to a store and I remember seeing all these games and I was like, whoa, they're so much cheaper than normal here. And I went and I saw Final Fantasy X on the shelf and I was like, I gotta get this. This is like the PS2 game of my dreams. I'm waiting for it. Can't wait to get it. And I got it and then I opened it up and it had like a bonus disc in it. Because Final Fantasy X came with 2 discs, like a behind the scenes and like a music video or something like that. And then it was the main game. And I opened it up and I was back at the hotel and I was like, Ma, I don't think this is the game. I think, and it said like, it even said like special features or something like that. And she was like, we can go back tomorrow and see. And I went back and the guy was just like, no, it's the game. Yeah. It's the game. It's fine. And I was like, I don't think it is. And then I got home and I put it in my PS2 and it was just like a music video or something. And I was
So
like,
sad.
you motherfucker took me for a ride, took me down the sleigh ride of life.
That is so sad. With my PS2, I took people down the sleigh ride of life.
What'd you do? Did you steal?
Yeah. It's probably why Blockbuster went out of business.
Did you steal video games?
Yeah, I would go to Blockbuster. I did this specifically. I remember I did it a couple times, but the one that I specifically remember was Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4. I owned Gran Turismo 3. I went to Blockbuster, rented Gran Turismo 4, and then when we were going to, my dad said, hey, Ethan, we're going to Blockbuster. You need to bring that game back. I went, okay, Dad, give me 1 second. Got to get it out of the PS2.
You put Gran Turismo 3 in the 4 case.
Mm-hmm. And
You fucking
none were the
slut.
wiser. None were the wiser.
I think the employees there were like, yeah, fine, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, they were like, whatever. I
Some
don't care.
18-year-old kid who's like, I don't give 2 shits. I don't get paid enough.
I miss Blockbuster. That was the first job that I wanted.
Blockbuster?
There was my local
That
Blockbuster.
explains so much.
I was just like, man, this is so cool. I want to work here.
Even in youth, you weren't aiming that high.
And I remember
My Christmas spirit.
my I remember when they started doing Netflix right after Netflix, or was it before Netflix? I don't remember.
Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Blockbuster's like the OG, isn't it?
No, but when they started doing like you can mail the discs.
Yeah,
miss
a lot of
going to
people
a
don't even
movie
realize
store.
that Netflix was like a DVD drop-off service.
Yeah, you would sign up, you go online and you'd say I want this movie and this movie, and then they would mail it to you and then you'd mail it back.
Yeah.
That and do you remember GameFly? Same thing.
No.
GameFly was the same thing as old school Netflix, but with games. Be like, oh, I want Skyrim, and then
No,
they
we
mail it to
didn't
you.
have any like chains like that. We had a place that was kind of like Blockbuster. It was called Extravision. And that's where I bought my PS3. But that was like the store where it's like, as a teenage boy, you go in, it's like they have all the movies and they have all the games, and you just love going in and like looking at all of them. Yeah. I still do that. I went to Target the other day, and everyone was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I'm just going to go down to like the TV aisle. And
Yeah,
it's like my TV at home is better than any of these, but I still just like seeing them.
I like looking at them.
And then all the motion smoothing is on. I'm like, this is kind of nostalgic.
It was weird. Speaking about that, I saw videos all over Twitter this year of like Black Friday and them opening the doors and it's one person walking in.
Yeah.
Because you can just do everything online now. And
Yeah, there was one
it's
in
easy.
like, I think it was Germany or the Netherlands or something, and he was like going into like a store and he opened it up and 2 people came in and one guy walked really fast, and then everyone was like, it turns out he was actually just using the bathroom, so he wasn't even there to buy anything. He just wanted to use the bathroom.
you just had to pee.
Yeah,
That's so good.
it's good and it's bad. It's like it's good that people aren't like trampling over each other, and Black Friday stuff is kind of obnoxious anyway, and it's like. It's not that much of a sale anymore. Like people are like, yeah, I can wait.
Yeah, it was like I saw a bunch of stuff this year. It was like, 10% off. It's like, what happened to bigger ones?
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, sale 50% off, and then they would take the sticker out, and it's like it's the same price as the retail price. And it's like they're just pretending that it's a sale.
Yep. I'm very excited to go home for the holidays this year. This will be the first time since I moved here 7 years ago that I will be home for New Year's. I just realized.
Wow.
So
You
that'll
came
be
to
fun.
us for New Year's before you went home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shows
means
who
a
I'm
lot.
loyal to. Anyway.
Who's going home for a big New Year's, mister?
Me. That's me.
What's going on in here? How's Ethan feeling?
I'm good. I'm very excited to go home for the holidays. I'm gonna be going home for the holidays, and we're gonna have a good old Christmas tree. And I really hope it snows. And if it snows on Christmas, all you Mainers know what's going on.
Big Jim or what?
Big Jim.
Who did you say gives away shit?
I think it's Kay's Jewelers, something like that. A jewelry store in Maine. If it snows on Christmas Day, and then in the fine print, it's like it has to snow X amount.
Yeah, we talked about
all
this
the jewelry
on our podcast already.
Yeah, well,
When you were in England,
that's right.
when you were in Brigton.
I remember. It's so magical. It's funny. I think we talked about this as well. I've only come to Brighton around the holiday time, so I only know it as Eternal Christmas Town.
It's just Lapland.
Yeah, it's very
always
nice,
Christmas
though.
lights. It's always cold. It's always dark at 4 p.m.
Yeah, it's great though. It's so cozy. It's just like Portland, where I grew up. It's very cozy and
A lot of little wind from the sea, and you can hear the seagulls going.
They do that. Fucking little shits.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
and then
They
every
kill
once
every
in a
seagull
while,
like the Lighthouse movie.
every once-
me, lobster.
Have you ever seen a seagull commit murder? I have.
Like drown something?
Yeah, I saw a seagull eat a pigeon alive once. And I was like, oh man, I don't think I should interfere with nature, but this is
A
fucked
seagull
up.
committed suicide in my pond.
Damn, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. He flew in, couldn't get out. That's life, baby.
That's life sometimes. Happy holidays, folks. Happy holidays.
We're always talking about what we're thankful for around Christmas, bringing people together. What is your worst Christmas memory?
I was about to ask you the same. Worst Christmas memory.
I think for me, it's like the first Christmas where I got like socks and deodorant. And I remember being a kid, and because I was the baby in my family, I got all the good gifts, and everyone always fawned over me, and that was great. I miss that. I miss being the center of attention in my own family. But they would get me all like cool like toys and shit, and everybody else was too grown up. My brother would get like deodorant, and then I remember thinking, "Fucking idiot! Can't even play a game on that."
Can't even play a game on that deodorant.
And then the first year, I was like, "Oh, what's in this box?" And I opened it, and I was like, Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's all over.
Jean Paul, what have you done to me?
Yeah. Jean-Paul Gaultier is like the sign of the times changing for me. It's my innocence gone. My childhood is over. And I was like, am I that age now? I was like, I still like toys. I will never grow up. You can still buy me toys, you know. I still go to the toy store and I'm like, this shit's fucking cool.
It's just you going up to a window and you see toys on the left and then Jean Paul on the right, and you're just like,
Past
you
shots.
have to go towards Jean Paul, but you're looking at the toys.
It's like walking past someone's house on Christmas Day. I'm walking down the street. It's snowing. I look in the window and the family are all happy. It's like, a PS2! And it's like all the toys and some kids riding around on a scooter or something. And then I'm just like, spray my Jean Paul and then walk down the street all sad. Like fucking Ebenezer Scrooge.
I remember one year when my brother was like 16, they were having this crazy axe deal. You would call it Lynx over there.
Lynx Africa, baby.
But it was like every version. And it was the spray deodorant and the actual one and the body wash. And my brother gets this big package and he opens it and it's that. And he's like, whoa, that's crazy. And I could see my dad in the corner just go like, oh, fuck. And then 2 gifts later, he opens another big box and it's the same thing. So
Dude,
both
I'm
my dad and my mom. So I got hand-me-down axe later,
I'm starting
like
to
years
think that
later.
Your dad sucks at Christmas.
No,
How did he go from like fucking soot prints and like magic is real and then divorce probably?
no, he's great at gift giving. Now he doesn't really buy me a lot of gifts anymore. He usually makes me gifts, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I made a coffee brand so I can just pawn off coffee to people and be like, it's a gift.
it's a gift. What? You're not thankful?
Oh, just because I own the company?
Yeah.
Everyone needs coffee, bitch.
You fucking idiot.
Wakey, wakey. It's ungrateful o'clock.
Apparently. This one feels like kind of a cop out, but my worst Christmas was Christmas of 2020, COVID Christmas.
Oh yeah, actually, my worst is 2017. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just remember because I live in Los Angeles. My family doesn't live here. I couldn't go home for Christmas, and I remember waking up in my apartment completely alone. And I woke up, and there was no one around. And I went to call my dad, and later he like called me back like an hour later, and was just like, "Oh, I was doing something. I just didn't have my phone, but I called."
We were having fun. Sorry.
Sorry, we were having a really magical Christmas.
We were checking the basement tree.
Checking the basement tree. I called him. My dad didn't answer, and I just cried by myself in my bedroom. I like not like a little tear, like I full sobbed in my bed, and then I took Spencer out, and I saw like other people walking around like with their children and stuff, like having a nice Christmas, just like morning walk, and I was like, well, Spence, looks like it's just you and me.
Hey, at least you had him.
Dad doesn't have a tree this year. Sorry.
Dad can't afford a tree.
He can't get a tree this year. Sorry, bud.
The kids need bikes.
Yeah. And that was the worst Christmas.
Yeah.
It was very lonely.
Mine's the same thing for similar reasons. It was 2017, and I was like, I'm not going to go home. And I just spent time alone in Brighton on Christmas, and I was like playing Persona 5, and I was like, this is all I'm doing. And it got much, much darker than that, and I had a lot of thoughts that I've talked about before that I'm not going to talk about here. And that was the first time I was like, this is not right. I should not be thinking like this. And I like sobbed to myself for like 3 days. And I was like, okay, next year's the year of PMA. But that is the reason like PMA became a thing, because I was like, I need to like change my attitude, my mentality, and I want to actually enjoy my life.
And hey, now you're here with the Thank Bitch on LEAKMAS.
Yeah.
Love is fake.
Love is fake. And it just says Zerk in the middle of the wall. Did Zerk do all of this? He says, paint.
Paint.
I'm huffing it in this tiny ass room.
What do you think what's your ideal Cronus?
My ideal crib is?
Yeah.
It's waking up.
What time?
Good start.
What time? This is
Christmas Day, I think I like to wake up at like 10.
Oh. We have
Not-
opposite.
Not super early, but I also don't want to wake up super late because I like Christmas Day.
What time would you wake up as a child?
8.
We would wake up at my house, and it was mostly because of me, because I was the young boy. We would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we would open up all of our gifts before the sun came out.
It's not even Christmas Day yet.
It's pretty
Christmas
sick.
AM.
It's pretty sick. So all my childhood memories from Christmas, all in the dark.
I like waking up at like 10 a.m. and I'm like, I get a little snooze. And then going downstairs, turn on Home Alone on the TV, turn the heating up a bit, pet BB and go, hello. Then start making like cookies or something while Home Alone is playing on like an iPad. I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And then make big Christmas dinner. This year I'm going all out. I'm doing chicken, stuffing. I've been making roasts since you left.
Yeah.
I fucking mashed taters, roast potatoes. We also get croquette potatoes. Then you get some carrots and parsnips. Put those together, mash them all up. Put them next to your mashed potatoes. Get some fucking cranberry sauce.
You have a little apron on?
No, I cook in the nude. Makes me feel alive.
Just a little stocking on my
Sealing
cock.
Sealing the juices. Yeah, I call it the Christmas cocking. No, I don't have an apron. I should get an apron.
Yeah, get a little apron.
It just has Santa's fat naked body on it.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And I was like, yeah, ho, 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 bitch.
Yeah.
And Evelyn's like, please don't call me that.
Are you going to have a big, like, really, really, really long dining room table where you and Evelyn sit on opposite sides? And you're like,
Pass the salt.
pass the salt, dear. Like a shuffleboard table.
Thank you.
You don't say a word to each other the entire time.
And the pepper, please. Thank you.
Thank you. How
and
is
then
it?
Baby's in the corner going, ah!
Does he have a little Christmas jumper?
He's going to get one.
Ah!
He's going to be the Christmassiest boy of all.
Can he have a little one that has little arms on it?
He goes, maybe it's holding a gift.
Little reindeer. He doesn't like those ones.
Why not? Doesn't matter.
I love BB to death, but also fuck that little guy because that means we can't have decorations.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of a blessing because decorations are fun, but my God, are they annoying to take down.
It is annoying.
So we can't have like tinsel. We can't have a tree.
Because was it last year or the year before?
That was a few years ago that he like ate a piece of tinsel that had wire in it. And I was streaming Cyberpunk 2077. So when that game came out, and I was like in the middle of a mission, and Evelyn just texted me being like, "Can you come here, please?" And I was like, "Okay, that's odd. She never does that." And I came out of the room and I could hear her crying already. And I was like, "Uh-oh, something bad has happened."
Something.
And she was like on the stairs with BB, and he was like, fine. And she was like, he ate a piece of tinsel, and I think it had wire in it, and I don't know how big it was. And she was like freaking out, and I was like, okay. Went back in, and I was like, guys, I gotta go. Sorry, click. And then I was like, straight away on the call to the vet, and I was like, look at me go.
I'm doing it.
I was like, I fucking hate phone calls. But yeah, he ate a piece of wire, and we brought him to the vet, and he got an X-ray. They had to do surgery on him the next day, but when they put the sedative in him or the anesthesia, he went all nauseous and puked it up.
Aww.
So he didn't actually have to go in for surgery. And then we brought him home, and he was just high as fuck all day. And I have a picture on my Instagram, I think, where it was just him, and it says, "I live, bitch." And he's just sitting there like tears in his eyes, but he forgets how to blink because the water's just building up. And he's just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? Fucking Christmas. Instead of ho, 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 it's hi, hi, hi. So yeah, that was an interesting Christmas. But since that, because we were like, we'll buy decorations that have like wire in them that we like wrap around like the curtain rail, so it's like it's high enough away, it won't get to him.
He got up there?
No, it like as Evelyn was putting it up, like an inch and a half piece of it fell, and she like bent down to pick it up, and he already had it vacuumed up.
Wow.
So it was like in like half a second, he went straight forward. And I think because it's tinsel and they have like hooked tongues, he probably licked it and then couldn't get it back out. It just kept going further down.
Damn.
Little fucking bitch.
Damn. That's great.
I love him, but that was a fucking stupid ass move on his part.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Him brain don't work.
Him brain don't work at all.
And now him legs don't work. So
He just slides around. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's like
but-
he's ice skating.
we can't have any Christmas decorations because of that. Because I mean, we probably could train him, but it's like you don't want to like leave him alone with that and have come back half tree is gone. He's like a fucking beaver.
This is kind of off topic. Do you guys have big snow in Ireland?
No, we have had snow. Like I also have a fun story about winter there, but no, we don't normally get snow.
What happened in winter?
It was like I think it was 2009. Ireland had like a really big, like cold wave. I was like, what's the opposite of a heat wave? It was like
A big freeze. The ice age.
oh yeah,
Big freeze.
it got down to like minus 10 degrees, which is like like fucking 10 Fahrenheit here or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It was really, really cold, and all the roads froze, and I lived in bumfuck nowhere in the cabins. And me and Simon, my brother, were out, and we would like, because we weren't going anywhere and there was nothing to do, and it was actually like they advised people not to go anywhere because it was like really dangerous on the roads. So we just took water and like threw it down our driveway to be like, let's freeze it and let's just go down on like fucking pans. And then we were doing that for like 3 days straight. And then at one point we were like, a car came around the corner and we were like, man, it's crazy to see cars on the road. Imagine if he crashed 2 seconds later in the ditch. He crashed and me and Simon were like, and then we like ran down and we used like the pans to be like, we'll get there faster if we slide. So this guy was getting out of his car in the ditch and he just looks down the road and 2 like shitheads are coming down the road like sitting on their asses on a tin.
That's awesome.
But I did one of those things where I like sat in the tin one time and I like hit my coccyx and that thing where it like sends the fucking Zeus bolt of lightning up your back. And I was like, let's not do this anymore.
It used to, so it snows in Maine a lot. Like we'll get like feet of snow. But then my favorite time before I turned into a heavy adult was it would snow a bunch. So you'd have a thick layer of snow, but then it would get a little warmer and it would rain and then it would freeze. So you'd have a layer of like thick ice on top. So when I was a kid, I was not heavy enough to break through that. So you could just like run and just like slide on it, and we would like slide down the hill. You wouldn't need a sled for sledding. You could just slide with your body. It was awesome. It was
You were
so
like
much
Legolas.
fun.
In
Yeah.
that scene where they're all like going through the snow, and they're all like, "It's Saruman!" and Legolas is just like, dee, dee, dee.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so much fun. I miss sledding. Sledding is sweet.
We had a hill. I think it was just called Clohan Hill. That was like, it was like the biggest hill in our village. And when that snowed one year, it was like 30 kids all went to that hill, and we all just had like bin bags, tins, little things. Like some people would just have like mechanics, like overalls, and they would just slide down in that.
So
And it
fun.
was so cool. It's like, oh, this is sick. It's like a 50-foot hill, and then you get to the bottom. It's like, I gotta climb up, walk up, and go down for 2 seconds again.
While I'm in Maine, I really want to go tubing because there's a big tubing hill.
Is that like drugs?
Yeah, exactly. You just
Get a
slide down the
tube.
hill, sucking exhaust.
You do some powder while going down the powder.
Some powdered. No, but there's all these inflatable tubes, and you sit on them, and they have this big. It's like a ski hill, kind of, but they spray a bunch of snow and then they mold it so that it has like big like whoosh, and it goes, but it's sweet because at the end of it they have a big like basically like a conveyor belt that you just put your ass on and then takes
Oh,
you back up the hill.
God, you have
Sick.
like fucking cable cars?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did Maine get like that crazy amount of snow in like 2015? Remember when we went to
Think
PAX
so.
for Boston and it was like 6 feet of snow and it was like all the cars were just covered on the side of the street?
Yep.
I had never seen snow like that. In
Maine
my life.
probably got more snow than that because it's more north.
And you live there, so it's cooler.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly. Yeah, got a lot of snow. It's very fun.
I would love snow again. It snowed in Brighton the year when I moved there. The Christmas right after that, it snowed a lot, and like the park where I lived next to at the time was like covered in snow. It was so cool, and there was like families out with like kids in like one of those inflatable tubes, just like spinning them in circles. And I was like, fall down. I even did a vlog on my channel during that because I was like, let's go out and just like experience the snow. And I do remember the power went out in our house that time, and the whole like half of Brighton was out of power. And I was like, we need to eat. So we went, and I had like a powered gate at the time, like an intercom gate, like a closed off gate, and that wouldn't open. So we just climbed the gate and walked to McDonald's. I was like, they still have power. It was like a 30-minute walk, and it was like in the snow. It was like, oh, we got to work for our food. And then you just get a little hamburger.
But that's the nice thing, is if the power goes out and it's wintertime and you got snow, you don't have to worry about the food in your fridge. You just transfer it into the outdoors, pop it in the snow.
You guys do that?
Yeah. Yeah, if the power were to go out, we would just, I mean, it didn't happen all that much, but if the power goes out, you just take your stuff and you just put it outside. And then a lot of,
you put it in a cooler, pack some ice in there.
yeah, but you got free ice outside.
Yeah, but what if
Tons of it.
What if like a badger steals your food?
Oh, no, you watch it. You watch it.
That's the Christmas pastime. Let's put our meat in the snow in our yard and just watch it.
just sit there and watch it. It's
What's the
fun.
song we were listening to setting up this? It was snow. All I want is snow. And then she's like, I want to wash my hair in snow. I was like, the fuck are you singing about? I want to fuck in the snow.
I want to fuck in the snow.
Let's
Fucking
smoke
in
some weed in the snow.
Would suck. One of my favorite things to do in the snow. Okay, it's not fucking in the snow. I've never fucked in the snow before. I don't think that would be nice to fuck in the snow. I think it would be much too cold.
We got snow right here.
Anyway, if you go in the snow, and you have a hot tub. Okay, you jump into the snow. You get all cold, and then you go, "Oh, I'm so cold because I'm covered in snow." And then you jump back in the hot tub, and then it gets real tingly, and it's awesome.
Yeah, they just call that Finland where I'm from.
And it's kind
They just do that every day. They go into the cold plunge, which is just a lake, and then they come out and they're like, "We have a sauna, and we
Sauna.
We go in the water, and then we come back out, and we go in the sauna." And they talk like that.
they do.
There's a guy on I think he's Norwegian or Finnish, and he keeps telling jokes like that. He's like, in Finland, we don't go outside in the snow because it would be really bad and you might die.
It's like be cold.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be like a really funny punchline, and it's just like a really strong fact. And it's just his like dry humor is really good. I think he's either Finnish or Norwegian.
I don't remember if I've been to Finland. I don't think so. I've been to Norway. I've been to Sweden. I can't remember if I went to Finland.
I can't remember. I don't think I went to Finland either because I can't remember the name of the city.
I don't know. I really like Norway a lot, though.
Norway's
Oslo
cool.
is such a fucking cool city, and I want to go there again.
Yeah, it's very picturesque.
Yeah, it is.
Also, had a
very
fucking sick comic book shop when I was there.
Ooh.
That was tight. Like snow, cool. They had a big fort that we went to on the river. That was cool. But comic books, they don't have those anywhere else.
Do you have a LEAKMAS wish, Sean?
I wish we got 500 million subscribers.
Damn.
A
Me too.
LEAKMAS wish.
No, you already said it. That's your only wish. 500 million subs. Come
That's
on.
too much, though.
No, it's not. Mr. Beast is halfway there.
Yeah, but he's Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
We
and
can't
we're
do
Mr.
that.
Leak. Come on now.
We need to edit way more, and we need our content to be like really interesting to watch. You can't just sit here and talk about dicks.
Why not?
I wish
new
Mr.
wave
Beast would
of
talk
20
about cock and balls more.
4.
I wish
2024, the year of the cock and balls.
Where's that on the Chinese New Year calendar? The year of the rooster. So we could call that the year of the cock.
The year of the cock and balls.
What is next year's Chinese New Year?
No idea.
Jocelyn, look it up, please.
No clue. But what is your LEAKMAS wish?
I'm struggling to be like sentimental versus like really come up with a cool joke.
Well, actually, instead of a LEAKMAS wish,
You're the dragon.
oh, that's sick.
That is pretty cool. 2024, the year of fire, baby. What was this year's? She knows.
Rat.
That is so accurate.
Right.
Oh, I never realized how accurate this calendar was. Me,
What was you?
the horse. I
You're
think
the
I'm a
horse?
horse. Is that 1990? I could be a monkey, actually, which would be even more accurate. Horse.
Horse.
Shut up, rat boy.
Okay.
What's your LEAKMAS wish?
Well, this is going to come out near Christmas, and as far as our plans go, the next episodes we might have like guests and things. So this, I'm going to
say something.
Do you have? This is. I want a real answer. Do you have any goals or any wishes for 2024, the new year?
Yes. This year, I did a really good effort with my mental health. I went to therapy almost every single week. I cut out so much toxicity in my life. I set up so many boundaries that I'd never done before, and I stood my ground on many things that I normally never would have.
And this next year, I'm going to revert all of it.
And this next year, I'm going to be everyone's thank bitch. I realized that ADHD meds weren't working for me to like give me mental space and like clarity that I needed. And then I realized, I'm just overwhelmed by doing way too much and not setting boundaries for myself and saying no to things. And I've gotten very good at it and only focusing on the things that I want to. And I think next year I'm going to double down on that. And yeah.
Nice. I had a realization this morning, actually, where I was like, I don't have time to do this thing. And then I was like, well, no, I have time. And then I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for it. And there's a very big difference between having the time.
Everyone
and
has the
having
time to do the things.
bandwidth for the thing.
Usually it's like, I don't have the time to do this. It's like, yeah, because you probably don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And you probably shouldn't be doing it.
It's
Unless it's like working out and stuff, because I haven't done that.
yeah, but it's just like sometimes you just don't have it in you to do it, and that's okay.
Yeah. That's your window of tolerance.
Yes. You've been talking a lot about my window of tolerance.
Yeah.
Or any window of
Because
tolerance.
I'm standing outside your window going like, tolerate!
Tolerate me. Come on. I just closed the shades.
That's your bandwidth. It's
Yeah.
like, what do I... Because we were talking about, this year was the first time I found out like, what centers me? Because I was like, I don't know, if I get overwhelmed, I don't know what to do to not be overwhelmed anymore. And video games used to do that. And now they don't anymore because I do them so much for work or when I'm doing them, I'm like, oh, should I be recording this? Or like, oh, it's taking up so much time. And so much time goes by when you're playing games. So I'm like, I'll paint and I'll racing sim and I'll do other things with like my hands that I haven't done before. And that gave me back my bandwidth. And not doing too many things that I really don't fucking want to do.
Yeah.
You hear that, Nicole? No more phone calls. Yours are fine, but oh my God, I hate phone calls.
Jocelyn, that's my 2024 goal.
You're fired.
It's for you to take more of my meetings, because 90% of the time, fucking, I like people a lot. But sometimes when it's like, hey, we have a call at 9:00. It's like, okay, this call, one, could have been an email. Two, doesn't need to be a fucking hour long, because listen, I'm sure you're great, but I don't fucking care about what you did this weekend. Just tell me what needs to happen.
I also don't need show and tell intros.
Just tell me what
call
the
we get on. It's like, let's go around the room. And I'm like, let's not.
Yeah.
I can see your name on the Zoom. And you're going to say, I'm head of public relations. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you do. I'm so sorry. I appreciate the work you do, but I don't either.
So, Jocelyn, my resolution is you'll take more of my meetings and then just tell me the information that they said. And it will take 3 seconds.
See,
of my time.
that's what Nicole does for me.
Shakes her head no.
Yeah. She takes so many calls. She's like, if only you knew how many calls we take on your behalf. And I'm like, and I still have to do all these other ones?
Yeah.
The people are like, we need Sean on this call. We need to go over creative. We need to do this. And then I get on the call and they're like, anyway, so we all have our marching orders. Let's go off and do this. And I'm like, we didn't talk about anything. It's like, now you just feel good about yourselves because you spend an hour.
Yep.
And then Nicole's like, she texts me afterwards. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you were on that call. I don't know why they asked for you to be on that one. I don't want to seem ungrateful.
No.
Because I do appreciate the work that people do. But sometimes even they know that they got nothing done on the call.
It's about efficiency. It's about efficiency. We don't all need to be on this call for a fucking hour.
My problem is it's more of a me thing where I know if I do too many calls, I won't want to do any of them. So I'm like, please only call me for the ones that I like desperately need to be on, because I know myself I'll be a big baby about it.
Yeah.
And then be like, I don't want to come on them anymore because we're not talking about anything. It's like, no, this one we actually are.
Yeah.
We're talking about your taxes and the fraud you've committed.
Exactly.
Sean, this is actually a call with the IRS.
Yeah, Nicole, just take this one for me.
Nicole,
please.
just make something up.
Like we've been doing all year for our expense reports.
Yeah, make up some numbers. No one fucking cares.
When somebody says go crunch the numbers, it really means go make up some numbers.
It just means go fudge the numbers. It just means go tweak the books a little bit.
Go just add a couple zeros or
Look,
take away.
just say I had an extra long holiday this year.
Extra long. It's fine.
Can't even commit fraud properly. I don't even go on holidays. I don't even know how to spend money fraudulently.
I don't really either. Like, they know everything.
I'm afraid
How
of
do
it.
you? I don't know.
When I started YouTube, I was like in college and I was talking to all my friends and I started making like 3K a month, 5K a month. And I was like going up. And then my friends were like talking about taxes and stuff. And I was like, wait, do I have to pay taxes on this? Because any other job I had before was like the company does it.
Yeah.
They like pay the taxes for you and the company gets it done. And then like now I do that for my employees. But it's like, do I have to pay tax? And I went to my current accountant and I was like, do I have to? He's like, yeah, of course you have to pay taxes. And I was like, oh, I thought I was just like a fun little guy who figured out a loophole.
I thought I was a fun little guy.
You do YouTube and you work for yourself, and like no one knows how much I'm making. Social Blade's wrong,
But the tax man does. They always know.
It's like no, that's fraud. I was like, oh, so I do know how to do it, but just like stupidly.
Yeah, you don't know, and then you do it.
And I feel bad that it took me until I was 22 to figure out taxes. Now I pay all my taxes. We overpay on taxes just to be like, just in case. They don't want to count it. We don't want to count it. Let's just overpay and we'll have enough for next time.
Same here. That's what I do. Every quarter I go.
And everyone at home.
Well, I don't. My accountant
The
does.
IRS is like, we can't file that. Write your name down. Everyone at home now is like, these fucking rich fuckers.
These fucking stupid ass.
They are lost touch with reality.
As soon as I started making money on YouTube, like even when I was making like $100, my dad was like, "You don't get all that. Just remember, because both of my parents had
Committed fraud.
committed fraud. No, both of my parents have one had their own companies or were self-employed and just did like freelance stuff. And they're like, that check that you just got, take fucking half of that and put it away.
See, the education system failed me.
Yeah,
No one
same
was-
here.
No one was fucking teaching me. I think that's why we were talking about taxes, because I took an accounting class in my hotel management course. And then I was like, what?
You
I have to write down everything that I spend money on?
It's nice now though because in the modern day you don't have to like balance a checkbook or anything like that.
Sometimes you do.
Do you?
I have a checkbook. Do you have a checkbook?
I mean, technically I have checks that I don't use.
I mean, same. I haven't. I've used like 2 checks out of
Yeah.
my company, but that's it. It was really hard to balance. What a way to end off this episode, talking about
Yeah.
taxes and fraud. And you know what? Cayman Islands, what are they about?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, let's move some money around.
This next year I want to make more things and be less lazy.
That's actually, yeah, we didn't talk about your thing. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's fine.
No, say it.
You
You want to make more things and be less lazy.
Yeah, no, I feel like the last like few years I've had other like little side projects and things and like stuff like Creator Clash where I was training for fucking 9 months. And I feel like my channel has been on the back burner for a long time. And so this year I just want to make more things and be more consistent. Because I think it's good for my brain. There's a balance for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it. It makes me feel good when I'm productive. And so I need to find the happy medium of not working too much so I burn myself out, but working hard enough that I feel good and productive. Because if I'm on the opposite side of that, then I'm like, I'm doing nothing and I feel like shit. I don't deserve anything and I should just get hit by Santa's sleigh.
Damn. I have that thing where I'm like, I hate routine. I don't like routines. Because I like my freedom. I like the job that I have allows me to do the things that I want when I want to in my own time frame. But at the same time, routine like keeps me on track. And then when I'm doing the routine, I'm like, I got a lot done and that's actually kind of cool. And
Yeah.
but then I'm like, yeah, happy little fairy man. I get to be away with the fairies and just play video games and get texts from Nicole like, where are you?
What are you doing? Why aren't you on this call?
Yeah, we have a call at 4. Are you ready? And I'm like,
Can we push it?
That happened this morning.
I'm so busy playing video.
That happened this morning. Parker, my manager, texted me at 9:25 and said, "Hey, are you coming on this call at 9:30? You are, right?" And I went, "Oh, fuck, I forgot." And then I quickly brushed off my hair and I went, "Hey guys, what's up?"
I'm going to pretend to listen to you for 30 minutes.
Yep. That's the other thing is sometimes there's not even a point of me being on the call because I'm not paying attention. So somebody else should just be there taking notes to tell me about it again later because I don't remember.
I do feel bad. There's been moments where people are talking for like 10 minutes and then at the end it's like, yeah, that sounds good. What do you think, Sean? And I'm like, yeah.
Sounds great.
I'm like,
Sounds so good.
yeah, that sounds cool. It's like, you want to give half of your money to orphans? And like, huh?
Yeah, I'm a good guy.
What are we talking? Yeah. It's like, I feel embarrassed that I haven't been paying attention, so I'll just double down and be like, yeah, why not give it all?
Oh boy. Well,
It's a me problem.
everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic holiday season. Hope that this
Christmas or no
episode-
Christmas,
Yeah.
Hanukkah,
LEAKMAS.
Kwanzaa. Is Kwanzaa a real holiday? Because
Yes.
sorry, I don't mean to sound insensitive. I had never heard of Kwanzaa before watching Futurama,
Oh, really?
and then in Futurama they talk about it, and they're like, they sing a song about it, and then they also don't. They talk about how they don't really know what it is, and I was like, I don't know if that's true or Kwanzaa's like a made up holiday for the show.
No, it's real.
What does Kwanzaaans celebrate? I'm so sorry.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, well, Merry Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. Oh my God. And this is going to be a thing where now people are like, this is like racially insensitive that you're saying it this way. I'm so sorry. I don't know what Kwanzaa is. I would love to be educated so I know more so I don't make this mistake again. What other holidays happen around?
Merry Kwanzaa.
Shut up.
I don't know any other holidays.
Guys, other holidays? Can we get off this topic?
Well, everyone have a happy holiday season.
Yeah.
Let us know what your holiday wishes are.
I not that it cancelled after
And happy New Year.
Oh, I'm gonna
Let
wake
us
up
know.
and people are gonna be like, "That was really fucked up that he said that." No, I'm gonna get my cancelled. Oh, my brain.
No, but it's fine.
Oh,
It'll
I'm
be
so
fine.
sorry, everybody.
It'll be fun.
Look, you can make fun of Ireland if you want. I won't get mad.
Everyone, let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. What you want to do in this next year.
My resolution is to not say things anymore.
Not to speak anymore ever again.
Oh, what's in? Is that gift for me?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Happy
And listening.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Stay
Happy
leaky.
New Year. Drip, drip.
Merry LEAKMAS.